Okay, I've gotten quite a few requests from people asking me to please give some more information on how to set up the mandatory reboot scripts that I published. Well, here we go. So I'm going to take you into Microsoft System Center 2012. I'm going to start here. I'm going to go under, it's a normal application install. As you can see, I keep all my applications under the vendor that they come under, and since this is a internal script I wrote, falls under my firm. So here's the script right here. It's called Waller Mandatory Reboot. Waller's the name of the law firm I work at. So all you have to do is just do, when you're setting this up, set it up as a normal application deployment. I already, of course, have this set up in SCCM. I'm just going to come on down here. I'm going to go to the deployment types, and we're just going to go straight to the install properties of it. If we come to the programs, you can see in here, I just have it called the script from a regular PowerShell executable using PowerShell exe. It's as simple as that. That's the only thing you have to do under the Programs tab. Your next thing you do, you come to the detection method. As you can see, there's nothing under the top part, which is the most common thing we use for the configuration rules. So we come down to the use custom script to navigate. That's where you're going to put the detection method script in. We're going to go to edit that, and there you go. As you can see, it's of course a PowerShell script. The main thing you'll want to do is just copy and paste it in here, and then whatever your firm wants as the reboot threshold, you just come in here, and this is the only change you should have to make right there. My firm wants a 2-week threshold. If a machine hasn't been rebooted in 2 weeks, then hey, they want it to be rebooted. That's the only thing you have to do in there. You set up your custom detection method, the user experience. That's another thing that you have to set. So as you can see, these are the settings I have right here. But this is the part right here that you need to definitely make sure you set up. Configuration manager client will force a mandatory device restart. That has to be set. Now, in the script here, this script right here, the mandatory reboot PS1, when it is executed, it's going to return an error code 3010 back to SCCM. So therefore, it's telling it to do a soft reboot. And the soft reboot is defined right here under the return codes. As you can see, there's 3010. That's literally all you have to set up in the install properties. That's how you set that part up. So the next thing you want to do is be able to manage how a reboot is treated on the system. So how do you do that? Well, what you need to do is you need to come under the administration tab. You need to come under the client settings. And then under the client settings, of course, you're going to have the default client settings. I personally don't touch that because I need that as a template. That way, if I ever need to go back and say, hey, what did so-and-so setting, what was it set as the default, I've got that to fall back to. So you want to come in here. I created one called Computer Restart. We're going to show you that. So come in here, and here we go. Personally, for where I work, I set this up that when the application is executed, that it's detected, okay, the system has been running, it rebooted in 14 days, it's time to execute the mandatory reboot.ps1. When it executes it, it exits out as a error 3010, which does the soft reboot, and this is what manages how the reboot's treated at that point. So my firm, we're a law firm. We don't want an attorney to be, for instance, in court, and then all of a sudden, bam, their system is reboots. We want to give them an 8-hour window, so 480 minutes. But what happens is, when it executes the mandatory reboot script, then it will pop up in the bottom right telling them that a reboot's occurred. Of course, they can say no, and they have 8 hours until the system will do a mandatory reboot. After the 8th hour, it will shut them down no matter what. All right, the second one right there, we have that set to 60 minutes. So what happens is if they ignore it the first 7 hours of the day, after the 7th hour, then the pop-up does not go away in the bottom right, and it stays there that last hour until either the system, they manually reboot the system, or the system reboots. That's literally all there is to setting this script up. Once you have this set, then you can deploy it out to your systems. Of course, we've done a lot of testing. We did not deploy it out right off in the beginning, and I definitely don't recommend doing that either. Definitely do some testing on it. I can't guarantee the script's going to work the same for you all. We do have, if you can check my blogs, the replies, there's another person that has used the script, and he said it's worked great for them in their testing environment. So definitely do testing. Don't take the script and just run with it. Make sure you know PowerShell code so that you can read the script correctly and adapt it for your environment. All right, if you have any other questions, just let me know. Thank you.